By the time you are watching this, Stars Reach will officially be in early access. You heard me. The jump gate has stabilized and you can now throw yourself head first into the cold, indifferent vacuum of space. For a price. So why did I log back in before early access? Well, the dev team was actively making updates during the week leading up to the playtest shutdown. But even what you see at the early access launch is only the first step. The developers currently have a living roadmap with features that can move forward, move backward, change completely, or even disappear as development continues. Which brings us to the fundamental reality of early access. There is always a desperate temptation to look at a roadmap and mentally add every single one of those shiny future features to the product you are buying today. But you are not buying the roadmap. You are buying the game that exists right this second. The roadmap is simply showing you where the developers intend to go. If you are considering buying early access, do so because you are interested in playing and watching this weird little universe develop, not because you are assuming everything sitting on those Miro boards is eventually guaranteed to arrive. Now, if for some reason you haven't bothered to watch my previous videos on Stars Reach, first of all, how dare you? But second of all, no judgment. People make poor decisions all the time. I'm a grown woman maintaining the straight edge bangs of an 8-year-old whose mother cuts her hair using a mixing bowl and a ruler. I have no moral high ground here. I do, however, feel obligated to provide a baseline education. What is Stars Reach? The developers describe it as a massively multiplayer sandbox RPG with a deep skill tree horizontal progression system, dozens of professions, and no classes, gender locks, or annoying rails. If you decide you want to change your entire build, you simply let the old skills fall out of practice and go learn something else. The goal is to immerse you in an alternate world of adventure while still respecting how you want to spend your time. You can apparently accomplish something in a 5-minute session, spend hours decorating a house, or download your brainwaves into a clone body closer to your friends. In other words, it's a modern online game that respects your time and preferred ways to play. So let's jump in and see if I can find something new to get into. Your journey begins in a tutorial orientation area called Haven, where you learn basic movement and physics from the mare before launching into the evolving universe. Once you master Haven, you venture to the Crucible, then the TPL starbase before hitting open galactic space. I learned this playthrough that TPL stands for Transplanetary League, a Foundation faction whose catchphrase is forging a path through the stars. Which brings me to my most exciting find, a digital reenactment of Bambi the Reckoning. The premise? A mother and son get into a car wreck and are promptly hunted by Bambi, a mutated deer embarking on a grief-fueled rampage of blood revenge. I kid you not. This pixelated lawn vandal charged me like I personally field-dressed his mother. He instantly one-shot me with what I can only describe as a fireball of pure hatred. It was my first death in the game, prompting the narrator to issue a heavy, disappointed sigh that practically summoned forth an exhausted parent. Did you ruin my careful job of rebuilding you from goo already? Yes, Dad. As a matter of fact, I did. And no, we can't have nice things anymore now that Mayor Bob hands out pulsars to anyone who can crouch and climb. A kind fellow wayfarer revived me, but since Bambi the Reckoning has a runtime of 1 hour and 20 minutes, my horror film was far from over. I died again and was teleported to a ReLife station. Essentially, your consciousness is reconstructed inside a brand new clone body at the last ReLife station you activated, or at a world station. Passing through a ReLife station automatically updates your ReLife pattern, saving your inventory. If you die, you respawn with whatever gear you had during that save. Anything collected afterward is not secured. It drops at the site of your demise inside a glowing grave marker that you must physically travel back to retrieve. So off I went in my fresh clone body. I decided to collect flowers, only to run into Bambi again. This deer is enough to make militant vegetarians turn violently hangry. Yes, fine, remake the goo again. I returned to the scene of the crime only to discover a player named Gargoy Diana trying out for the lead role in The Deer Hunter. This complete badass dropped a deployable camp tool containing a personal ReLife station right in the middle of the field, and just respawned, died, and respawned endlessly until that stilt-legged demon was finally dead. The gods may have abandoned this galaxy, but I'm fairly certain I just witnessed a new one being born. My other important contribution to this galactic visit was blowing some Klaatus at the title shop. Klaatus is the primary galactic currency earned by visiting the TPL starbase and taking mission board jobs like harvesting, surveying, hunting, or healing. I bought the title Reporter, which felt appropriate given my rigorous journalistic approach to gaming, though I couldn't figure out how to equip it before the playtest shut down. For the record, it's in the profile screen. Because of a broken quest, I never got the key to leave Haven, so I just hung around until the servers were brought down to see if there were any fun send-offs. If there was, it wasn't happening in the land of apex forest animals. The devs did broadcast custom parody announcements referencing the Tears and Rain monologue from the 1982 film Blade Runner. Yeah, I had to Google that, of course, because we all know I only speak fluent, exploitative Disney movies. This fun adventure was just the best way I can explain Star's Reach going into early access. Only invest in this game if the strange, unfinished universe that exists today already sounds like somewhere you would enjoy spending your time. I didn't accomplish much during my final hours before shutdown. I didn't even manage to leave Haven. But I did learn how death works. I watched another player wage a personal war against a deer. I became a credentialed member of the Galactic Press, and I apparently made a lifelong enemy of local wildlife. There are broken quests, unfinished systems, and an enormous amount of development still ahead. But there are already players creating stories I couldn't possibly have planned. And that's the Star's Reach I got to play today. Until next time, keep exploring, and I'll see you in the next world. Oh damn, it's Thumper. I didn't kill your friend Thumper. It was Gargoy Diana. I saw them do it. I have it on film. I am a reporter, Thumper. Thumper is going to kill me.